Alrighty. Okay, welcome everybody. Namaste. Nice to see you all. Here on time, that's nice. We're just going to do 15 minutes and then Amir will take over and do his beautiful mindfulness and Goranga meditation. We're just going to do 15 minutes. We'll do the first two are offering our respects to our spiritual teacher, so they're not on the card. But then we'll go into the Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana, and the Hare Krishna mantra, probably just for 15 minutes. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Shrimati Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa iti nami Namo Vajashri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaurabhaktivinoda. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana 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 Gopala, Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana. 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Gopala, Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana. 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 Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Okay, beautiful. Thanks, everyone. I'd like to invite Amir to give us a wonderful mindfulness meditation. Thank you.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome. So in the next 15 minutes or so, we are going to have a bit of mindfulness, to have a little journey within, right? And to explore some new ideas that you might not have come across before. So please sit very comfy for me, very relaxed. Shoulders back, head upright, and gently close your eyes. And by closing of the eyes, we are removing a lot of distractions caused by sense of sight. We're going to start with a visualization technique called Silent Witness Meditation, which actually allows us to explore the nature of our mind. Let's visualize sitting in the bank of an ever-flowing stream. That could be a stream you've seen before, or the one you've heard of or seen the picture of, or even the one you want to imagine in your mind. The stream represents your mind and your mind stuff. And you are the silent witness sitting in the bank, observing the stream and its content. Just like the water in the stream could be clear or could be polluted or muddy, so can be the stream of your mind stuff. Your mind might be full of great positive thoughts and emotions, to have love for others and positive thoughts about your future and your present. Or it could be muddy and polluted, having lots of negative thoughts and negative emotions, like hatred, jealousy, sadness, and so on. Negative thoughts, stressful thoughts. But no matter how the stream of your mind is, it's not you. You are detached from your mind and your mind stuff. Thoughts appear on the surface of your mind, similar to bubbles that appear on the surface of the stream. And you'll find that unless you want to latch on a specific thought, the thought appears and disappears very quickly. Mind is a sitting place for millions of thoughts, desires, emotions, demands, and so on. An average person receives 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts in their mind every day, and most of them happen automatically, coming from your past experiences, what you have recorded in your mind, in the state of your mind, the state of consciousness you are at. If we identify with the mind, we are like a person who's helplessly swept down the stream with its strong currents. It's, however, extremely liberating to realize that we are not the mind and that we are not the thoughts either. We are the silent witness sitting in the bank of the stream, observing its content. That is a wonderful lesson to realize. And how can I turn my mind into my best friend so it gives me positive thoughts and positive emotions? Can I do it with my own strength, simply trying to think positive? No. You need a power higher than the energy of the mind, and that power can come from the spiritual sound or mantras. Like Gauranga. Gauranga means the golden ocean of spiritual love. And without further ado, we are going to chant some Gauranga now. Gauranga has 4 syllables. Gauranga. And we start by joining the guys in the background chanting Gauranga. So let's take a deep breath in and join the guys in the background and saying Gauranga. Deep breath in. Let's do 2 more. Keep your eyes closed and let the mantra resonate in your mind. And to cleanse your mind from any negative thoughts or negative emotions you might be holding there. We are now going to chant Gauranga on guitar. We start with something called attentive listening, which means to immerse in the mantra and listen without repeating. And then halfway through, we join each other. Please join me. Two more. That's fun. Please bring your focus back to where you are and become aware of the room and people around you. And if you like, you can gently open your eyes probably putting your palm together, creating some nice warmth, and massaging your face. All right, thank you so much, everyone. I now would like to invite my dear friend Talat Manadas to come and give us a talk on yoga wisdom. Hari Bol and Namaste.
Very well, guys. Nice to see you. So this is the part of the evening we talk a little bit of yoga philosophy, and if you have any questions, they're always welcome. Some question about spiritual life or something you may not know fully or you want to know more about. It can be anything you desire, like reincarnation or, whatever. As long as it's related to spiritual life. Don't ask about your taxes, because I can't help you. I have enough trouble with my own. Basically, are there any questions? Does anyone have any before I start? Should never be shy with questions or anything, especially when the subject matter is to do with your permanent life. And I say permanent life, meaning you, the eternal spark of life, temporarily within the body you have on. In the Yoga Sutras, this is the beginning point of the spiritual journey, is to understand our essence, our self. Who am I? It's that age-old question, and according to where we live, a different answer may apply slightly. I mean, if we're living totally within the material sphere, then who am I? The answer could be the surname of your family, for example, or the occupation that you've chosen, or that becomes the identity of the person. One of the many things pertaining to the body, gender, nationality, whatever. So this becomes the identity of most people. But actually in the Yoga Sutras, this is not accepted, because you're not your body. I mean, practically speaking, everything about your body can be changed. All these labels that we give each other, they can be changed in a short amount of time. I mean, the labels I give you about my body, say the labels I gave you about my body 3 or 4 years back, could be totally different today. I might have changed my name. I can do that easily by deed poll. You just go and pay the fee, you got a different name. Well, I do have 2 names. I have my spiritual name and the name I have to relate to the world with. So, that's obviously not me because it changed, right? My name. My occupation obviously can change. My address can change. Maybe in the past I was married. I had 3 or 4 children. Maybe there was a terrible accident. They're all killed in a car crash. So I'm now a widower. So I don't relate to being married anymore. I don't relate to having dependents. You know what I'm saying? So even that changes. In this day and age, a lot of confusion over, the whole gender thing, you know. I mean, I can change that. Especially in this day and age, I can have the appropriate medical treatment and have my gender changed if I so desire. Yeah. So, male, now I'm a female. You understand what I'm saying? So, everything about our body, pretty much, we can change. I can go and live in Canada and apply for a Canadian passport, so even the nationality can change. Obviously, I can if I'm religious, I can change that. You know, you understand? So I might have been a Christian before, I might have chosen to become a Muslim, you know. All these things can change. So that's not me, is it? None of these things are me. But in this world, we hold on to them as being our identity. And it's a type of illusion we fall under. As soon as you lose your body, in other words, when death comes for your body, all that stays with the body. Yeah, you move on, but that and where you go to, we'll get into that in a minute. But so this is the first understanding in the yoga principle, that aham brahmasmi, I am spirit, I am not matter. My existence does not depend upon the existence of the body I have on. This body is temporary, I am eternal. Aham brahmasmi, this is what that Sanskrit slogan means. Aham, I am, brahmasmi, spirit, eternal spirit soul. So, to begin our spiritual life, this is a good point to begin from. Because it changes your vision of everything. You know. I mean, there's so much conflict in the world today over all kinds of trivial things that don't really require the conflict that's been given to them. You know, the degree of conflict that's been given to them. And it's all based on a certain type of ignorance that I am my body. In fact, one of the great spiritual teachers in our line, he said, you know, the greatest enemy of all mankind is this party spirit, thinking I belong to this, you belong to that, therefore you're different. And whether that passes as religion or political or gender or whatever, it's the same deal. You know, whether you're fat or thin, there's fat shaming, there's thin shaming, there's elder shaming. I guess you guys could pull it on me. I mean, my body's nearly 72. I'd laugh at you though for being foolish. Yeah, look, I know I'm not my body, and it's kind of a relief. There's nothing in that wisdom and that understanding of self. A lot of anxiety is taken from our lives. If I know I'm an eternal spark of life temporarily in this body, then that's how I see you. So we look at each other, and you may have a female form on, you may have a male form on, whatever. It's insubsequential. It just does not matter because we relate to the person in the body. And this is right across the spectrum, not just humans. You know, those of you that have pets, you know, well, you know, you hold your dog's face in your hands, and they're looking at you, you're looking back. You know, there's someone in there, man. Hey, how are you? You know, the tail's going crazy. And they just want to relate and love and be happy. But they're stuck in the body of a dog, you know, so I'm stuck in the body of a human male, you know. But we're the same. And the bodies we have are dependent upon our desire and our actions at the time of leaving the one we have on now. So in the Bhagavad Gita, which is one of the famous Yoga Sutras, Krishna points out that upon quitting the body, wherever a person's desire is, and whatever their karma or whatever action they've done in this life, it will determine where they go. So in this process of yoga we're teaching here, we want to get away from that altogether. This thing of birth, disease, old age and death, it's called samsara. It's like a wheel, and it turns, and we're on it for one body, then we're kicked off and into another body, kicked off and into another body, and we've been rolling like this for a long time, you know. So samsara is there, and according to our desires and our karma, we enter the womb of the appropriate mother and take our next body. Just according to our desire, just according to our karma. And there's a problem in doing this, and it's simply because every situation we're put into, we're kicked out of it again. You're eternal. You're meant to be experiencing an eternal happiness. But what happens under the influence of this material energy that we're all under at the moment, all of us at least, we're put into a position of temporariness. The very bodies we have on are temporary. So, you know, you get people who strive their whole life for economic development, or, you know, building up the family empire, or whatever it may be. And, you know, death's approaching, you know. I mean, all the rich guys who plead with the doctor, can you give me I haven't quite finished my plans. Can you give me a little bit more time, you know? I'll give you $1 million if you can guarantee me another 6 months so I can finish all my affairs. Doctor can't do it, you know? If he's smart, he'll say, yeah, sure, trust me, give me your money first. No one can control when they're going to get kicked out. No one. You know? And we all get surprised when someone does get kicked out. Why? Why should we be? We know that's coming. It's described like an elephant, the elephant of death, just on the left shoulder there. And sometimes you hear it stomping. You know, you get a heavy sickness or something like that, and it may remind you of your mortality. It's coming for me. I'm sorry, guys, but no one gets out alive. But actually, no, that's not true, because in the yoga sense, everyone is always alive. There's never a time when you will cease to exist. So therefore, in the Yoga Sutras, the body sometimes is looked upon like clothing. You may have a particular type of clothing on you. And according to our different cultures of the world here, people wear different types of clothing. You know, just like their bodies, just like their clothes. But we know the person is not the clothing any more than we know that they're not the body they have on. So a little understanding of this about ourselves, that we are eternal, that the body is not me. I mean, I won't go into the scientific stuff because I'm doing it pretty much every week now, but, you know, just the metabolism thing, how every 5 years there's not one particle matter that's left in your body 5 years later that was there 5 years ago, you know, as you eat the food and take in the air and the water and the sunlight, you know, metabolism. You know, the mass of matter that's your body now, it's not the same mass of matter you had 5 years ago. So if you are your body, what part would you be? You can't point to any part and say, this is the me, this is the I. They look in the brain, in the cranium. And there's all kinds of stuff coming out now about that. I mean, there's guys, you know, there used to be there's a disease called hydrocephalus, right? And it's when the brain matter shrinks to the size of a pea. It's actually a medical condition, and it's a bit of a bummer from what I've heard, because you can go, you know, you go pretty much forgetfulness. But in the course of the last couple of decades, they've taken, you know, there was some guy he was some young kid, I think he's about 11 years old, and he came off his bike and it was a real bad accident. So they put him through the scan, and the doctors were freaked out because they couldn't detect any brain matter at all. And when they looked closer, they saw that there was a thin film of brain around the inside of the skull. But there's nothing, all that was in the main part of the skull was spinal fluid. And it freaked them out. But here he was, he's a perfectly normal kid. So you know, those people that try and say, oh, we are the brain, or we are this, it's immediately put to rest with that kind of information. The fact is that your brain, if a person's thinking they are their brain, we know that every 3 or 4 days, the molecular particles of the brain are renewed. The brain matter you had at this time last Sunday is not there anymore. Gives new meaning, you know, he doesn't have a brain in his head. but, you know, the fact is, the matter is that the turnover of those molecular particles is so fast. And that's for your nervous system as well, most of the nervous system as well. It's incredible what's going on. And we're not even aware of it. We're just through the world, you know, being distracted by everything around us. This and that, you know. So in the Yoga Sutras, this information is given primarily because without it you can't really make it spiritual advancement. If I do not know my essence as being an eternal spark of life, there's no point in trying to continue with any spiritual subject matter. It's the most fundamental, it's the most basic education. Aham Brahmasmi, I am spirit, I am not matter. So then, you know, it's pointed out our position here in this material world. Our position is that we're dominated over by natural forces, by social forces, by our own body and our own mind. We're dominated over. You know, you try standing up against a tsunami and you'll find out that natural forces are far more powerful. I mean, wasn't that horrific incident in Malaysia a few years back? You know, nearly 500,000 people from a tsunami, they lost their lives. They lost their bodies. Very sad. So, natural force, social forces, you've got to obey them all. You drive a car, there's so many social forces at work there. You can't run the red light, you can't do this, you can't do that, shouldn't cross a solid white line. Although, you know, it's all kinds of rules and regulations just for driving, let alone all the other stuff, you know, all the laws. You can't do this, you know, if you do this, you're going to end up in jail. If you do that, you're going to end up in jail or with a heavy fine. So there's all kinds of social laws that we're required to follow, and they dominate us because we have to follow them. Otherwise, your life will be changed. You'll be in a prison cell instead of your apartment. You understand? And our own body and our own mind. Well, we won't go into the body so much, but, you know, there's no control there, really. You know, we think we're in control of everything, but it's all hinged on... You get some microscopic little entity into your body, some little germ passes through, maybe some guy passes you on the street and he coughs, and you breathe that in, and next couple of days later you got a raging flu. You know, you didn't want it. There's no control over that. The digestion of your body, I mean, it goes on pretty much automatically, doesn't it? You eat your food and all these things in the body are going on amazingly automatically without you even being conscious of it. And the mind, of course, this is the place where most people suffer. You're passing people on the street, you know, you don't know what they're suffering, you know. Maybe they've just had a relationship finish or whatever, their job's threatened, or they have financial burdens or whatever. You don't know whether they're on the way to go and commit suicide because they're so depressed with what's going on. You know, so on the mental level, we can suffer greatly. But the reality is that if you connect to that part of yourself, the real you, the I, the me, when I say my body, who is the my? Where does the buck stop? Right? So we don't have to speculate because it's already there. You are the eternal spark of life temporarily within that material body. And you always have freedom of choice. This is why you're in this situation to begin with. We're under the laws of material nature simply because of our freedom of choice. You see, love, real love, is based on freedom. Freedom of choice, freedom to love the object of my love or not. We all have this minute independence with our freedom of choice. And those of us that have basically misused our independence end up under the material nature. Essentially, that's what happens. Until we again can remember. I don't travel too well without my best friend. I'm looking for my best friend all around this world. Is it here? Is it her? Is it him? Is it, where can I find my best friend? So that's the third part of spiritual life, is understanding our eternal function. If I'm eternal, what do I do for eternity? Do I continue in samsara, in this temporary material element, where everything changes in time and is governed by time? Time, although in a sense is eternal, it's not. Because the ticking of the clock, it's passing. But internality is something else. When you experience your internality, it's beyond time. Time has nothing to do with internality. Internality is not stuck in a timeline. Yeah. So that's who you are. That's your nature. You're eternal. So to maintain this awareness of ourself, sometimes it's very difficult by our own strength. In fact, after a while it becomes impossible, because by our own strength we're not more powerful than this material energy we're under. It will distract you eventually. There's all kinds of histories in the Vedas about famous yogis. They were getting quite advanced in their meditations. They would be sitting there meditating, and sometimes they would be, a temptation would go their way, Say, for example, the form of a beautiful woman and pass them, and they'd fail. Their eyes would see the form and they'd want to enjoy that. And so they failed in their spiritual pursuit. By their own strength, they're trying to climb up to some spiritual platform. Oh, I can advance myself if I control my senses. You can try, you can put some control on your senses, but ultimately you cannot control them by yourself. You need help. A help that is more powerful than the material energy, a help that is more powerful than yourself. So this is why we chant. In these names we chant is all the help you need. You don't need anything else. We promote this all the time, that if you simply take the chanting into your life, if you let it enter your ears and sit in your heart and you chant, and even the way of chanting is given. You can chant in a humble state of mind, feeling oneself to be lower than the straw in the street. So you're not feeling very proud or puffed up. Feeling devoid of all sense of false prestige, Like, you're sitting there with your beads, putting on the image, the holy man image or the holy woman image. Fuck that. That's a big distraction. So in other words, all the guidelines to chanting or applying this yoga principle are given as well. Things to watch out for on my spiritual path. Things I need help with. But the fact is, if you just chant the wisdom comes to you through the chanting itself. It's like someone turns the light on and you can see everything as it is. That's what chanting's like. So we chant Gopala, we chant Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana, Krishna, whatever. And we're not opposing to chanting other sound representations of the absolute truth. You know, Jehovah, Eloi, Allah, they're all bona fide sound representations of the divine. And they're all worthy to be chanted. We personally like to chant what our spiritual masters have given us. But we're definitely not opposed. So there's no sectarianism in it. It's not that, oh, your God, my God thing. That's just kindergarten consciousnness, you know. Actually, I read an interesting thing, Muhammad Ali. You guys heard of him? Some of you guys might be too young. But he was the world champion heavyweight boxer. He followed the Muslim tradition. And he was stating how there's a great foolishness with mankind, thinking, I belong to this, you belong to that. And he's talking about religious groups. And he said, there's only one. There's only one. And he presents himself in different ways to different cultures and different times in history. But there's only one supreme cause. And we should always respect someone else's approach, whoever they are. So he had that realization. It's an amazing realization to have. You know, it's a liberated condition of life, where you're not seeing, someone who chooses to follow some path. As was pointed out by one of the great acharyas in our line of disciplic succession, if the path you're following brings you to the point of love for the Supreme or love for God, then it's perfect. There's no reason to stop, there's no reason to start. But here's the thing, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna himself, Krishna doesn't mean a Hindu god. Krishna is the name of the Supreme. It means that one Supreme Being who is completely complete in all things. All strength, or beauty, or wisdom, or wealth, or renunciation, or love, and who is all lovable. It goes on and on. Everything is completely complete within that sound vibration, Krishna. So Krishna appears from time to time for our benefit. And when he appeared 5,000 years ago, the last time he's here, he spoke Bhagavad Gita. And in it are a couple of amazing, very short but amazing verses. And one of my favorites, I have 3 favorites from the Gita, and one of them is, my dear Jenny, what people have to understand is that just give up all varieties of religion and love me. You understand that? It doesn't mean, it's a very simple message. Because the goal of any bona fide religion is to love the Supreme, right? By whatever name we wish to call. All right, so knowing that we're eternal, knowing that we do have an eternal connection and always have had with the Supreme, and knowing that we've just forgotten it momentarily under the influence of this material energy, knowing also that that Supreme Entity appears in this material world for my benefit in the form of sound, yoga sound. And if I chant, if I take shelter of these names, I can know that I have full protection. That within these sounds, within these names, is an entire spiritual sky. And it's just a matter of me awakening to that. All right, guys, so we won't go too much further. We'll have a little chant before we eat, but are there any questions on that? It's hard to know how far to go. Jiva and I always have this problem because we always got new people coming, and you've got to be a little sensitive about where they're coming from, and we don't want to offend anyone. It's very difficult. But that's all we're doing. We chant the names of the Supreme to be with the Supreme. It's that simple. All right. So with that in tow, we'll have a little chant before we eat. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana All right, guys, so let's get this eating thing done and then we can get back to some chanting, which will be about 6:30, half an hour. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsi Namine Namo Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Namine Gora Karuna Swarupaya Radhe Krishna Pristayate. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhattarinda. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhattarinda. Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Haribo. Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Haribo. Nityananda Balaram, Nityananda Balaram, Nityananda Balaram, Haribo. Nityananda Balaram, Nityananda Balaram, Nityananda Balaram, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, 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 Haribo. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana. Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gopala, Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana. Gopala, Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana. Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana. Chaitanya Nityana Chaitanya Nityananda 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 Gopala Govinda Rama Madana Mohana 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 Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nityananda, Chaitanya, Nityananda. Chaitanya, Nityananda, Chaitanya, Nityananda. Chaitanya, Nityananda, Chaitanya, Nityananda, Chaitanya 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 Nityananda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Shyama Sundar Vrindavan Haribo Radharani Shyama Sundar Vrindavan Haribo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Radharani Shyama Sundar Vrindavan Haribo Radharani Shyama Sundar Vrindavan Haribo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Radharani Shyama Sundar Vrindavan Hari Bol, Radharani Shyama Sundar, Vrindavan Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Radharani Shyama Sundar, Vrindavan Hari Bol, Radharani Shyama Sundar, Vrindavan Hari Bol. Let's all chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to ask Jiva Krishna Das to come up and finish the evening.
Yes, a little serious now. Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana Mohana. Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana Mohana. Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana Mohana, Govinda, Rama, Dana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana Mohana. Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Dana Mohana, Govinda, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Gopala, 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 Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. Gopala, Gopala, Govinda, 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 Gopala, 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 Govinda. Govinda, Govinda, Gopala, 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 Govinda, 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 Gopala. Gopala, Gopala, Govinda, 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 Gopala, 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 Govinda. Gopala, 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 Govinda, 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 Gopala, Gopala, Gopala. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Rama Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Rama Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Gopala, Govinda, Rama Mohana, Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Govinda, Rama Mohana, Gopala, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 I'm a really bad finisher. I don't know how to finish. Are we finishing? I think we... 5 minutes before the tea's ready, okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare, 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 Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare, Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare, Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare, Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare, 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare, Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare, 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare, 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare, Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Just a couple of more times all together to finish. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, Hari Bol everybody. Thank you all very much for coming, and please stay around for a little bit if you like for a cup of tea. And that's it. We'll be here next week, and we'll do it again. Hari Bol, thank you.